Hi, this is Dr. Jim Anderson from Anderson Podiatry Center, here to talk to you about orthotics. Orthotics are commonly used for different kinds of foot and lower extremity ailments. There's lots of marketing you're going to hear about orthotic devices, so you have quite a selection that's out there in the world that you may get. And what I want you to understand is how we as podiatrists, as foot specialists, make orthotic. I think there's an important distinction between what we do and what everybody else does. So there are orthotics that you can go to Walmart or some of these retail places and get. You can also go to some other places that just specialize in these devices, and they actually can be quite expensive. In fact, more expensive than if you go see a podiatrist. So what's the big difference? In a nutshell, it boils down to ours are more custom made. They are more exact to control your foot motion. And foot motion is very hard to control to begin with. But the basic principle I want to stress is how we go about making these orthotics. We actually take a non-weight bearing cast impression of your foot. It's not unique to our clinic. Most podiatrists do that. This impression is then sent to a lab where the orthotics are made. There's probably about 26 steps that are involved making most orthotics at most labs. But the point I want to make is we believe that your foot has an ideal neutral position, and that's not the position it's in when you're bearing weight. So when we do it, again, it's a non-weight bearing cast impression. I'm going to show you with the skeleton. What we factor in are torsional problems that we can find between the front half of your foot and the rear half of your foot. When you bisect your heel, if you just draw a line vertically down the middle of your heel and then compare that line to the ball of the foot, the two should be pretty perpendicular to each other, but some people will have what we call a forefoot varus, which means the front part of the foot's torqued this way, or a valgus, which is torqued this way. If they have this kind of a deformity, it makes the back of the foot want to roll in more, pronate or flatten. If it's in this position where the pinky toe is up compared to the big toe joint, you may actually have a foot that wants to roll out because the forefoot's doing that. So now imagine if this is a car. If this was a car, a typical insert that you go to the store and buy or is made somewhere other than podiatry office, it's almost as if you're putting something underneath the chassis when in fact one of the front tires has very little air in it. So what we do, we fill up the tire that needs more air. That's really what we're doing. We're correcting the problem where it lies, not by just randomly putting more arch into the orthotic. So that's something I want you to be aware of. We get more precise control with these orthotic. This would be a kind of a more traditional type for running and such, but it's got a material on the back called the post. This material helps to not allow your heel to rock side to side. That's where we get a lot of the support, a lot of the control is by controlling your heel motion. So this is more supportive, and then this would be an example of a graphite type orthotic, very thin, that you can wear in a lot of dress shoes. So all types of orthotics for all kinds of foot types, but the big difference is how we go about the process to make them. So please give us a call if you have any other questions, or visit us at AndersonPodiatryCenter.com. Thank you for listening.